Hey y'all, how y'all doing today, this afternoon, whatever time it is where you are? I'm going to wait for a few more people to gather in, and we're going to talk about how if you can imagine something, you can have it. Okay. Everything starts with a thought, and then we're going to go from there, and I'm going to show you how easy it is and how to understand this on a scientific level as well as a spiritual level. And it should be easy to kind of be able to do this method as well. So, how are y'all today? So, imagination is very important when it comes to manifesting. And if you've read my book, which is an ebook online and it's linked below on Amazon.com, How to Manifest with Dark Energy. Imagination is the key to all manifestation, to all getting what you want. So, we're going to talk about how imagination equates into material items or material things or a material situation. Okay. So, thoughts are waves. Okay. Waves can turn into particles. Particles can then vibrate on a certain frequency in order to become a material thing. Okay. Now, thoughts can also still be waves and penetrate someone's mind or brain or physical body. And then that wave is then translated into the information that was sent out. Okay. So this is how it works scientifically. Um, so let's say I want to manifest someone to call me. So I think about them and I imagine them calling me on the phone and talking to them. And I imagine them thinking about me and wanting to call me and dialing the phone, um, seeing my name on the little display when they look through their contacts. And then you'll probably get a call, especially if if you've known that person a while or if you've had contact with them recently. So you're sending out a signal and you're directing those waves to that particular person because you've imagined them in your mind. You know who they are, you know where they kind of live. So those waves have memory because they're kind of like those messenger pigeons that they used to send out in the old days. So they know where to go and where to come back from because they're used to doing it. So you would send that messenger pigeon or memory or wave out to that particular person. And if they are, able to receive that, then you'll be able to probably get a call from. Okay. Now it all depends on how they feel about you as well. If they don't like you, if that thought that enters their mind reminds them of something negative, they may, start to not like you even more so. So if someone is mad at you, you don't need to send them messages of to call you or whatever. You need to send them memories of the good times. Okay. So are y'all still here? Put emojis because I don't ever know if I'm cut off or not if I don't see any comments rolling through. So just if someone is mad at you, send memories. Thank you, Lyric Lay, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I've been dealing with the retired well-off Senate. He wants to give me life wisdom instead of money. He'll give me money if I work for it. Well, that sounds like you just need to go get a job. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Lifetime wisdom you can get on this channel, baby. You don't need him for that. So, yeah, and this is my spiritual channel. Lifetime wisdom is the goal on this channel. But so if you want him to send you, if you want him to give you money, send the thought out. Manifest it, baby. Manifest the thoughts. Imagine him giving you money and handing you money. And maybe that will happen. Okay. So scientifically, when you want to manifest an item or particular, thing that you can touch. No, I don't do candle magic for anybody anymore. That is up to you guys. That's why I'm teaching on this video how to get what you want. But thank you, Olivia. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I do not do workings for anyone anymore. I am trying to teach you to be independent and do your own thing so that you don't need anyone to be successful in your life unless they are, investing in you. Okay. So please just listen to this video. All right. So I lost my track of thought. Can y'all please try to stay on topic? Thank y'all though. I appreciate it. Anyway, so how particles, how waves or thoughts turn into material. So waves, if on a quantum level, if you have a strong imagination, if you have a strong connection to the cosmos, if you have a high frequency, if you just think about this on a level, especially in darkness, and you imagine something and you send out those waves and you imagine that thought coming back at you as something material. So basically, let's say you want a new car. Imagine yourself driving that car. Send that out into the ethers where those thoughts can gather energy. Okay. That is the creation energy in the ethers as well as within you. But as above, so below. Your higher self has to know what your lower self needs in order to put it into reality. So you send that out into the ethers, and then you start expecting it and preparing for it, right? With imagination. What am I going to wear when I get my new car? Where am I going to go? Imagine all the places you're going to drive. Who am I going to pick up? Who am I going to show it to? What gas station I'm going to go to first if I need gas after I drive all around, Just put it together in your mind as if it is reality. If you create a reality in your mind, that reality exists. Okay. Now, if you want to make it even better, link it up to things that are surrounding you. Watch yourself put the car keys down on your desk or on the table by your front door with a newspaper, that says your city name, all this stuff. Maybe buy some mail with your current address and name on it, A, B, C, and D. This puts it more and more into this particular reality. Okay. So these are just little tips and clues on how to use your imagination to manifest and get what you want in this life. You have to use imagination. The best manifestors have a very creative and imaginative mind. Okay. So all you got to do is see it for it to exist in reality, because all things come from thought waves. Okay. All things come from thought waves. And if you think something, those waves will eventually turn into particles or will eventually penetrate someone's mind in order to deliver that in which you have imagined or manifested. So that's why negative thinking, it can be just as bad as, someone thinking negatively towards you. Because if you see your own demise, if you predict or create your own downfall by having negative thoughts about yourself, you're definitely going to receive that. So that's why it's very important to think and imagine the life you want. Okay. Seeking out answers to negative questions seem pointless. So try to ask positive questions to get positive results. Okay. I'm a Pisces, so by nature, I am very imaginative. I can walk around and just imagine whatever. That is just my nature. That is something that I do. And anyone can do it. You don't have to be a Pisces. You just have to stay focused on your imagination. So basically, it's just imagining something there or something that you would like to have and feeling in your imagination of having it. So if I imagined myself in this house before I got it, I actually went to go look at a model home, um, to make it even better. The feeling. I pretended. You could even pretend. Pretending is also imagination. You can even pretend that that is yours. You know. So that's why imagination, pretending, role playing. This is a lot of how Hollywood magic works. Role playing, movies, scripts will play out in a reality some way somehow. Yes, we're walking galaxies. Exactly. We're each an individual universe or galaxy, and we can create the world that we see. That is how there are multiple worlds within worlds. That is how the fourth dimension works. You're able to create different worlds, different timelines, different time periods, et cetera, et cetera. So I also use this method to, quote unquote, mentally time travel and fix something in the past or create something in the future. You know, um, Now that doesn't mean your memory of that thing will go away, but perhaps the effects or the mental, you know, the mental impact will lessen. You know, so for example, if you made a mental trip to the past where you just waited 10 minutes before you left your house to avoid some type of accident. Let's just say you did that. Okay, so now when you come back into your reality and you open your eyes after, doing that, the effects don't seem as harsh. You don't really suffer as much, or solutions come to kind of erase those problems that ever occurred, um, or your mind starts to focus on something else, and that kind of fades away faster because in the back of your mind you basically avoided that, and so now you're not even thinking about it anymore, and the problem basically just dissipates. So it's a way to deal with certain regret issues or coulda shoulda woulda issues. It does not erase them, but it takes you on a different path of thinking. And remember, all creation starts with a thought. Okay, so that's why we gotta. That's why we gotta remember that, because so many people overthink everything and they don't get the results that they want because they're trying too hard and they're very impatient, and they don't understand that when you imagine something, uh, just think about this. Imagine a room, a blank room with no furniture in it. Okay. Now imagine all the unique pieces with every detail that you would like in there. What books you want on your bookshelf, what statues or, you know, uh, decor that you would like. What color carpet do you want? What color paint do you like? Do you see how intricate the creation process is? That doesn't happen overnight. How long does it take for you to create an entire home? You don't decorate it in one day. You don't decorate it in one week. It takes time to add to such things until one day you just look around and say, this is exactly how I wanted everything to look. I finally finished it. It is done. That is how you create with your imagination. It's in levels, it's in phases. But if you want to decorate your house all in one day, it's not gonna be authentic. It's not gonna be what you truly wanted. It's just something that you threw together so that you could have something done fast. It's not really you, you know. You didn't find the right pieces that fit your personality or, the type of decor that you truly like. You just went to IKEA and clicked and ordered everything and had it delivered and just put it up. It's a very generic type of reality. And you don't even truly like it that much because it's very generic. But when you take time to create and build something that reflects you and your uniqueness and what you really want your environment to look like, that is a true creator, right? And it takes skill, patience, and timing. Okay, timing. Um, and I always tell my daughter, when you're trying to do something, I always tell Layla, when you're trying to do something, you don't have to rush to get it finished. You can take your time. You can take days. You can take several days to finish a piece of, art. And she complains that in art class they took a month or two to finish one piece. And I'm like, that's because you have to work on a little bit each day. If you rush through it, it's not going to be something of quality. Haste makes waste. So when you're doing this, don't try to rush it. Just every day imagine another piece of your reality coming into fruition. So for example, if you want a new house, a new lifestyle, a new car, if you want to be healthier, if you want to look different, imagine that in pieces. How do you imagine how you get there? Imagine what you do to even acquire or accomplish such things. How did you do it? Imagine how you did it. Thank you. Lift your wellness. How do we keep what we have manifested? Imagine yourself with it when you're old. Okay. Imagine yourself with it after you die. Imagine your children with it after you die. That means you kept it. Okay. It's the same thing. It's like going into the future and seeing what you want to keep. It's there. So you don't stress about it. You don't worry about it. You don't get oh, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle, by the way. You don't get paranoid about losing it. It takes the effect off of the paranoia of losing something if you can see it in the future and manifest it there. Um, so this is a good way to ensure that you're going to keep something so you don't self-sabotage yourself by the fear of losing it. Okay? That's how. And you have to know. You can't believe or you can't hope. You just have to know. That is the whole part of future manifesting. To keep what you've already manifested is to know that it will stay there. And in order, you should know if you can imagine it. If you understand science, then you don't need to believe. You just need to know. That's how particles and waves work. Okay. All you got to do is know, because if you doubt, there's another wave that turns into a particle or that turns into a thought that takes whatever that is away from you. Okay. That's that's how it's done. As soon as you think a negative thought, oh, I'm probably going to lose it now because I did made a mistake. Okay. Oh, you just sent that wave out. You see? So you have to know. You got to know. This is how science works. And if you don't understand science, you will mess up the whole alchemy of your manifesting. Okay. Um, you do not let that would be like doing a science experiment. And you're only, that science experiment where they have a bowl of rice and they speak positivity into it, and they have a bowl of rice where they speak negative, hateful things into it, and the bowl of rice turns yucky and icky on this one, but it still looks good on this one. Well, that's accidentally mixing up those bowls and starting to talk bad to the good bowl of rice. Okay. We've seen that experiment come true. We've seen how it works. So why would we self-sabotage our own quote unquote manifestation experiment by talking the wrong words to the wrong, bowl of rice? We don't do that. Thank you, Lyrically. What about making servitors to do it for you? You you have several versions of yourself. So you can imagine several versions of yourself manifesting the same thing in all realities or as many realities as possible and get the same result. You don't have to do all that extra work. That's extra work. Okay. Like if you want to, if that's just something that you just want to do. But Science and quantum physics surpasses all of those things, and it's easier to do because it already is done. It's already done, basically. Um, I might have to do another book on how the quantum physics of manifestation. Or no, that's too deep because people won't pick that up. The science of manifestation is a little bit better. Okay. And all thoughts, energies, waves, particles. Particles create material. Depending on the frequency of those particles, depends on the material that the particle creates. So, if you are a true scientist, you know that the faster something vibrates, the harder it is. Okay. Or the slower something vibrates, the harder it is. I'm sorry. The faster something vibrates. I have to look that up. But anyway, that the different vibrations determine the mass of the material item. Okay. So if you want something hard, like I want a diamond. Okay. How hard or how fast would you have to vibrate as a particle to be a diamond? Okay. So you focus on that right there. You can even use Google and Google, vibrating particles of a diamond and just focus on it. It's all science. Magic is science. Okay. Magic is science. It's just that you don't understand the science part of it. You only understand the magic side of it because it's explained to you in an easier way. But knowing the science behind it can create it faster and more efficient. Okay. More efficient, more fast, and probably more precise. Yeah, you can slay it. I like my fan. Slay all day long. So you can slay it by just understanding the physical makeup, the scientific aspect of it. Um, if you really want to get down into it, if you don't want to do any of that, imagination is good enough, babe. Okay, as long as you know. Some people need physical evidence and papers and proof and authors' names, and those people. They're those people that need the science and to imagine the particles vibrating. Those people that just know because they feel it inside. It's like, well, I already know that. I feel that. But those are the people that don't have to go that deep and they'll have what they need as well. So, depending on the type of person you are, how you think, and what you need in order to know for sure, with zero doubt, that's how far you must go in the imagination process of manifesting and knowing that you are going to get it. Mhm. Did I know I was going to be as successful as you are now? um, I have to really think about that. I always imagine myself grand and grander than what I always was. That's another part about being very optimistic about yourself and having high self confidence and a lot of things like that because there's no limits to you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Manifested health, prosperity, and got offered work. Receptionist at wealthy club. On my way to gym clothes to work. Eat healthy. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Girl, you got both. Go ahead. Good job. So yeah, we got to make sure that we know. We got to make sure that we're aware of our words and not just reacting to situations and blurting out things, especially if we're able to manifest really good. You also need to be in control of those emotions because what you say turns into reality after you quote unquote know. Okay. Your brain automatically clicks to that mode. Oh, I know. So whatever comes out of that mouth first came from the thought. And Also, your voice is a vibration and frequency as well. So if you combine the two and you speak it and think it, and it's negative because you reacted to a situation that you should have been calm with, you're going to start to really mess up your life. So you've got to be careful. Thank you, Gloria. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. Uh, it's not clairvoyance at all. What it is knowing. Um, I mean, you could look at it this way, but clairvoyance means, well, this is not the definition of it, but in the aspect that that you're asking is, you have to know. There's no doubt. You just have to know. That's it. Mhm. Because if you study science, if you study quantum physics, whatever you think, I don't care how stupid and crazy it is, whatever you think exists already because you just created it. Okay? Just understand that. What the worst, craziest, weirdest, backwardest thing you can think of exists because you just thought it. It may exist in the future. It may have already been done in the past because someone else thought it and you just received it, and et cetera, et cetera. But basically, if you can think it, it's like, I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly says if you can see it, then you can have it. You can know what's it. If you can see it, you can be it. Right. So just think about it. Literally, just think about it. And with no doubt and with all knowing. This is the problem of most people because they've been taught doubt. They've been taught, well, what if? They've been taught to create alternate negative realities of that in which they want. So when you start thinking negatively about a situation, you are then starting to create that negative reality. And the more you think about it, the more negative realities that you create. So the odds are stacked against you at that point. So if you don't think about a positive future or a positive outcome, you're not creating positive realities. You're only creating negative realities that include you, where you live. And so that's what you could experience if those are your constant thoughts. Okay? Because you are the one creating it. And a lot of people always ask me, "Oh, well, I feel I'm cursed." You just created a reality in which you are cursed. Okay? So you are not wrong, but you are also not right. You are just the creator of that. So careful on your thoughts, careful on your emotions, and careful on your words because you are creating your own reality. And once you get to the point to where you are able to do this really great, um, you can then see good realities for other people. You can then help other people once you master yourself and master, your emotions and words and, how you manifest and understand, you know, the ins and outs of it. Then you can do this for other people and you can also teach them to do it so that you're good. Okay. Thank you, Universal Minded. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Which books do you recommend for the controlling of psychic abilities? Um, the controlling of your abilities is totally up to you. You know what I mean? Um, just like the controlling of your emotions. That's pretty much it. Pause, think, see the outcome that you desire, and go from there. I don't have any book recommendations on how to control your psychic abilities because everyone has psychic abilities. If you control your emotions and your thoughts, you control those abilities as well. Mhm. You need to stop yelling at your kids. Oh, well, then do that. How can you do it for others when they're repelling? Well, what you can do is you can see them in their future where they figured it all out. You can't, if they are not on a constant path at the moment to achieve something, then you must see it in their future. You can't say, oh, well, tomorrow they're going to be all perfect because it takes longer than that. Just like the analogy I use with creating a room, decorating a room. You're decorating his life with more positive things, okay, or her life. So if you want this person to improve their lives, imagine them in maybe a year or two from now and how they got their stuff together. Don't try to do it tomorrow. It's not going to work. They have to get their life lessons. They have to be able to receive your thoughts and your imagination in order to start executing your manifestation or your reality for them. Because if they're not they're receiving someone else's reality of themselves as well as their negative reality of themselves, but when they receive the positive one from you, and that one is going to stick. Okay, so it depends on who knows and who believes and who doesn't. Their reality will stick because they know. They've seen it in their future. They're very sure of it, and there's no doubts coming towards that to change it up. So that's how you help someone else. Thank you, Savannah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for your knowledge and feedback. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you too. So just know that's it. If, if you have the Eve gene, what does that mean in alchemy? If you're melanated, well, that means you have, the DNA genetic makeup of, all people. So best. You're probably going to be the best person to send out thoughts to anybody because you got it, and you have that connection genetically, which is physically. So it's almost as if the thoughts or the waves will get to them faster and stronger because of the DNA connections. Okay. Just like, when something's wrong with your child because y'all have shared the same DNA. Yeah, I knew something was wrong. I could feel it. So it's very similar to that. Hmm. And think about this. Whenever you imagine yourself, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself there, or do you see through your own eyes in the vision? Are you there in person to where you see what's surrounding you, or do you see yourself in the situation or with the object? How do you see? That's also important. How do you see? Are you witnessing it? Are you witnessing yourself have it? Are you able to do both? Okay. You should do both to make it even stronger. You should imagine seeing yourself, like maybe like a photo, and then you need to be in your actual body and feel the experience surrounding you and look at the environment around you and say to yourself, I am here. This is how it feels to have that thing that I want. I can't wait to get this. It's on the way. Um, so you know how they have those virtual dressing rooms online when you shop for clothes, and you can click on the picture and it'll show you how you look in the outfit. And then when you order, you're like, oh, I know I'm gonna look good in that dress because I virtually tried it on online with my body type, and it flattered me. So I can't wait to get my dress and put it on. I'm going to wear it to this place and with these shoes and 80s. That's how you need to manifest with your imagination, and also putting yourself in that situation and feeling good about that situation and knowing that it's on the way or that it's to come. So when you do that, you'll be able to have that in which you manifested a reality. Okay. Um, Thank you, Nicole. Hello, sister. Blessings to you. Can I take copper and gold, etc.? Elixirs. Yep, you sure can. Just don't take a lot. If you're going to take them all at the same time, take a little gold, a little platinum, a little copper, or whatever you're taking. But don't take like a whole dropper of that, a whole dropper of this, a whole dropper. Just do like this much of that one, this much of that one, this much of that one. That way you have all of that equal in your body and it's not overwhelming. Okay. You're welcome. Mhm. So, um, a lot of you guys asking me about media stuff and swear y'all don't like me when I talk about celebrities, but some of y'all do. I'm not going to talk about celebrities, but I'll talk about how the media uses the same technique to create the world. Okay. If they want to see something in reality, they put it on film first. They put it in the media first. They put the idea out there first. They set it down, boop, you know, and maybe a week later you see it in real life, or because they planted the idea. So media works the same way, but we also have the same power for the media. So let's say since we put out an idea, oh, I'll give you a great example. We want Queen Latifah to play Ursula in The Little Mermaid. What happens? We put the idea out, it gets into someone else's mind and starts creating the reality. And we got to see that because she was on the live Disney of the live musical performance. Whether it was in a movie or not, it was still on film, on a screen, and we got to see Queen Latifah act out and play the character of Ursula because we wanted to see it. We posted photos, pictures, whatever, whatever. And that's how we manifested that. And that's how the media manifests what they want society to become: how to look, what to wear, how to act, how to dress, you know, how to do your makeup, what's in style, what's not in style. So they're creating their version of reality by what they put in front of you on a screen, on a television, in the music and whatnot. So they're creating what they want because creators create. Now they can have good agendas or bad agendas in their creation, but just as though, just the same as they have that power, so do you in your own life. You know, that's what the whole manifestation, or no, that's what the whole vision board is. That's what the whole, I call it manifestation journal is. It's creating a form of media to influence you to create or to manifest those things in your life. Thank you, 1025. I'm very pretty and ladies at work don't like me. What should I do? Please help me. I think they're trying to get me fired. Imagine yourself working for yourself, baby. And I keep telling people this every single day that I go live. Imagine yourself working for yourself only, where you don't have to deal with anybody if you don't want to. Okay. Who wants to go from one job of haters to another job of haters? Okay. Imagine yourself not having to deal with anybody. Okay. That's how you solve that problem. Imagine, or for the immediate, imagine them getting fired. Okay. Imagine them getting a life. Imagine them, if you want to get evil with it, imagine them having a problem where they don't have time to think about you. Okay. So imagine that. And that's all you got to do. And wait for it and know it. You know, when I was younger, I imagined something and then it happened. And I was like, that's what was supposed to happen because I saw it and I wanted it. And I knew it was going to happen eventually. And it did, you know. So be careful what you think as well. Like, if you're a very emotional person, yes, I roll my eyes, and you wish somebody something to the extreme, but then you want to take it back, especially if you practice manifestation and things like that when you're calm and got your right mind. But if you have a slip up and you become triggered, and now, oh, I wish she was dead, or I wish she was this and that. Oops, you just created that reality. You know, it could happen, it could not happen, but if your intentions were strong, those waves were strong. If you thought about it a lot, if just sent out a lot of energy with that, and you're connected to that person on that level, and A, B, C, and D, and you've manifested for them in a positive situation before, all of that matters because your thoughts turn into waves. Those waves penetrate someone else's brain, which then, fires neurons, and, to also receive that information. And then before you know it, that very thing starts to manifest. And now you're like, oh, I think I'm cursed. Mhm. But you wished it, or you manifested it because you couldn't control yourself. So that's why a lot of this information was kept, quote unquote, hidden or secret for a long time because people weren't able to control their emotions. So if they were able to understand, manifestation on a scientific and spiritual level, but on the other hand, didn't control their emotions, then everything would be in, a mess, basically. Okay. I used to think I'm cursed. I had to teach myself for a long time that I'm the only one in control. That's true. Once you figure that out, your life will totally change. No one can create your life except for you. And if you're not creating your own life consciously, then you are unconsciously, and so are other people. So, if you aren't creating your life in general, like you don't have to create your life every day on a daily basis. You just have to sit back and see, oh, this is how I want to be in 4 years, or next year is how I want. You got that whole year already gone. You already did it. Oh, this is how I want to see myself at however age you think, and pretty much already laid out. Now, details may come daily, but the general is in the future, and now you have to build the details. Thank you, Cheyenne Sprinkle Sprinkle. I know how to visualize, but none of it ever manifests. Visualization and imagination is not the same thing, Cheyenne. But thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Visualization is seeing it. Imagination is living it in your mind, in an image. Is living it. You ever had a daydream? You don't just the moment, how you feel, what you're wearing, who's there with you. You do all you basically you make a movie in your mind. You create a scene. Can you smell what it smells like? What does it feel like? How's the wind blowing? That's imagination. Thank you, big smile, sprinkle, sprinkle. If someone did something bad to me, always something happens to them. What's up with that? Well, if someone do you dirty, they may have guilt about it, which probably attracted a punishment. You know. So if that person that does something bad to you felt bad about it, basically they created their own punishment. Or if you knew about it and you sent something bad back to them, then that's also how that works too. So it could have been them or you if you were aware of it. Will you make more spell videos? No, I will make more of these videos because this is where I'm at right now. I have an entire list of spell videos for those who still want those. They are over there in my playlist on my channel page. But I will continue to make videos that will allow people to, grow and be able to do what they need to do without having to if they've outgrown that aspect. But if they haven't, I still have my spells playlist. I still have my online occult shop, which is in the link below, where you can get all your supplies. I even have meditation supplies and dark realm online occult shop. I even have like crystals and all that kind of stuff to also enhance your waves and send them out even stronger. So if you do like crystals, um, that intensifies your waves, your neurons, and it's almost like a boost to your Wi-Fi, basically. So I do have a lot of spell books, manifestation books, meditation books on that website as well. So anybody on any level are, is able to really do what they need to do, and that's why I leave up all the videos from the past so that they stay there for those who are looking. So, mhm. Which book would you recommend to start to learn quantum physics? Oh, there's a book called Quantum Physics in Minutes. You can get that at probably Amazon.com or any bookstore. And that is the easiest one to understand because it's one page per lesson. And the book is this long. You don't have to, it's very easy to understand. I think a junior high school student could understand it. Thank you, Life of Destiny. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Are you saying spells aren't needed really? And that if you imagine in your mind, that should suffice. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Especially if you are someone that understands the science behind it. It can definitely manifest without, because, okay, this is what you're doing when you're doing spell work. And I'm not saying that it won't work. I'm just saying you could skip that part if you are here mentally. So you're taking a physical material item, like a candle and some whatever, you know, some herbs and spices. Okay. And then what are you doing with all of these things anyway? And let's just think about this for a second. What are we doing when we do spell work? We're putting our thoughts and intentions into physical matter. And what are we doing with this physical matter? Think about this for a second. We're lighting a fire and putting it on a candle, and all the vibrations and waves have been put in that candle and in that wick and in that oil and then herbs. And so when you burn it, where does it go? Up into the atmosphere, up into the ethers. Okay, so you can skip this step and just think it and imagine it going up into the ethers as waves to be returned as particle material. See, it's for people that don't know science. They must have the physical representation of the thing because they need to feel that it's working. If you can touch it, it's real. But to know something is real without touching it, to know something is going to come to you without having to touch on anything is very powerful because you don't need anything but your mind. But you can do that if you like it. If you like it, just like if you like when you cook, if you like to use fine dinnerware and placemats and candles, and you like to garnish your food, and you like to put music on. Y'all remember that commercial when he was asking Alexa to play some soft jazz music and he would get mad? Or whoever that was. So if you like the craft and the art of manifesting with material to mental back to material, then you can do that too. But you can skip that step if you just don't feel like doing it. You can do both. You can do spell work and you can manifest. But the thing with spell work is people start doubting it faster. Okay. Thank you, Ebony. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I took spiritual a bath and read how to manifest dark energy last night, and Dark loved it. Thank you for everything. Oh, thank you for getting my book. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Good luck with your manifesting. So, and then afterward, you can't tell anybody about it because they might make they might be negative and then affect your negativity. So don't even, if you manifest something, just wait till you get it, then tell everybody. Okay. Unless you have some very positive people around you, like children, or someone that has your best interest in mind. But other than that, no. What's my website? Dark Realm Online Occult Shop.com. It is down there somewhere in the description bar. But it's Dark Realm Online Occult Shop. That's what it's called. You used my method of remembering what I want and it worked. Good for you. How is visualizing different from imagination? Because you actually feel like you've already experienced it. Okay, visualizing something is just seeing it like a photo. You can Photoshop something, right? But virtual reality is different than a photo. So imagine virtual reality, 4D, which means you can smell and feel the rain hitting your face, versus a photograph that has been photoshopped. There is a difference. Okay, your senses are experiencing it. Your mind, body, and soul are experiencing it. Only your eyes are experiencing a vision. Okay. So feel it, smell it, understand it. Think about how you, think about the difference between photo and virtual reality. It's the difference between a song and a video. Okay. You know how when an artist releases a video and it just says the audio and it's just a screen with their name on it or a photo? But when they put it to a video, you either like the song way more, it has a whole different meaning now. It gave it life. See, you need to give it life. So that's how you do it. You've had many issues of people taking advantage of you in the past. You are too empathetic and drained, and my life isn't progressing. They get away from them people or just stop caring. Do y'all remember the movie Bruce Almighty when Jim Carrey wanted to be God? So Morgan Freeman said, "Here, you could be God." And he couldn't sleep because he kept hearing prayers from everybody and their mama. So he had to make an organized way to receive those prayers. So he put it on what? On the computer. And he answered a few of them, but he got backed up and forgot about it, right? That was his way of controlling other people interfering with his energy and what he was trying to do in life. He put them on hold and stepped back from them. Instead of answering a million emails a day, he decided what? Not to. And then when he decided, oh man, they're getting backed up in my head, I'm just going to say yes to everybody. Then everybody's prayer, yes. So the world went into chaos because he said yes to everyone. And why did it go into chaos? Because one thing contradicts another. If everyone won the lottery, how much would the lottery be? 1 penny. Okay. So winning the lottery wouldn't be winning the lottery. So basically, if you want to manifest something, that is up to you. You don't need to anybody else to your stamp of approval. You know, um, and if people bother you and drain you, then find a way to distance yourself with it so you don't have to deal with it. Don't bother. Don't answer the phone when they call. Put your headphones on when they walk in a room. Act like you're receiving a phone call and walk out. Oh my goodness, I have to go to the bathroom. People can't drain you unless you give them the time and the energy to drain. Okay. They really can't because nobody drains me. Because I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Sorry. I don't care and I don't deal with them. And you shouldn't either. And when you get to that point to realize that you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do, um, and you have free will, then you'll get up and leave and not bother with them and not care about what they think when you get to that point. But until then, you're going to be trapped by your own trapping. So, happy Friday. Yes. You say you need what time? Okay. Um, how do you manifest getting your money back when girl, I don't even talk to that. I don't If you loaned money to people, you should be able to not miss it. You know what I'm saying? You are not a bank. If your business does not say such and such bank, then when you loan money out to people, you risk not getting it back. You know what I'm saying? But you can manifest receiving that amount of money in another form. You know what I'm saying? Imagine receiving even more money from something else. Don't wait on that money. That's only one avenue. Why would you wait on money from one person when you can wait on money from billions and billions of people and billions of ways for it to come to you? You are limiting your return, whether it be through that person or through another method. So don't focus there. And if you are not a bank, do not lend money. Give it freely and don't expect it back or stop loaning. Okay. That's my best advice for you. If you get it back, you will get it back. I would expect to get it back, but I'm not going to stress out about it. I'm not going to worry about it. If I get it back, I get it back. If I don't, I don't. But I'm going to get it back in another way for sure. I definitely going to get it back in another way. Now, if someone stole something from you, that's a different story. But if you freely gave it, that's also something else. So just figure it out how you're going to get it back in another way. Um, yeah, it sure does. Like, let's just say an unexpected expense came up, right? And I had to pay for something. Oh no. But the same day when I check the mail, I throw the mail down and don't check until the next day. Like I don't open the envelopes till the next day. Oh my God, it's a check for $500. Wasn't expecting that. You see, it's just like that. That's how it happens. And I don't even get checks in the mail that often, except for my investment. So I wasn't expecting another type of check, but it came. I'm like, what is this? Oh, you overpaid for this, or there was some type of law, and now here's your money back or something. I don't know, but I got it because I already knew it was coming back. I don't care how it came back as long as it came back. You know, are there signs that manifestation are close? No, because that requires you to believe. Knowing you don't need signs, baby. You see, y'all can't wrap. A lot of people have trouble with this part right here. The knowing is the most important part. If you are looking for signs for something, that means you don't know. That means if you're looking at GPS or signs on the road to tell you where to turn, that means you don't know where you're going. Or, you know what I mean? If you know where you're going, you just go. If you know that it's coming, you just know that it's coming. You don't have to look for signs. It's already manifested on the way. Do you look like, are you one of those people that order something online and constantly check the tracking every single hour or day? Or do you just say, okay, it'll be here in 2 days and If the doorbell rings or if there's something on my porch, then it's here. Those examples are how you should manifest. Order something, wait to see the package. That's it. It's not even faith, it's knowing. It's knowing. It's like going out into your garage and knowing your car is going to be there. Knowing your car is going to be there. That's the same amount of knowing you have to have when you manifest. And just practice it with small things first, like the car. Okay. Until you can do it with zero doubt for anything. I know someone is going to offer me some coffee today. I just know it. Start off there. Okay. I know when I walk outside, my car is going to be parked in the parking lot where I left it. You know it. So what do? Walk right to it, step into it, and get in. Okay. I know my favorite TV show is coming on later. I know I'm going to get paid at the end of the work week if I have a job. All right. I know my friend is going to call me on the phone because I don't know. I manifested it. Okay. Start with the small things. If you are able to know for sure, don't start this process off with something big. Start it off with something small. I started off with stuff and then start adding stuff that it could be, or it might be, or, things like that. Build that. So I know someone's going to send me a question. Now, what I don't know is if someone's going to send me a donation. So, how I would do this is, oh, I know someone's going to donate to me again and ask me a really good question. So, I'm not saying that for y'all to do it. I'm just saying that I know because I get on live every day and it always happens. So, therefore, I know it's going to happen. And so, that's how you have to go into it, by knowing. And that's it. What if friend don't call? Is the friend dead? That's my question. If the friend don't call, or did they die? Because they can't call if they did. Did you put a time limit on that? He could call tomorrow. They could call in a week from now. They could text you. They could pick up the phone and dial your number and then drop it in the toilet. And have to wait for it to dry out or for them to get a new phone and then call you. Okay. Are they dead? Then there's still a chance that they will call. Don't give up so quickly. Thank you, Astro Ash, Sprinkle Sprinkle. And like I said, if they don't like you, they're probably not gonna call. They might have thought about calling. So you got to send them memories of the good times to make them want to call. And also be careful, because if you're manifesting the wrong thing at the wrong time in the wrong mood, and the person is in a bad mood, it's gonna backfire. Y'all, we have to use our imaginations as well as our brain to really do things correctly. You know, if somebody is mad at you, you're not gonna send them an intention to call you. Why would they call you if they mad? First, you gotta get them unmad. Okay, so send that out first. Team Pisces, yay, sprinkle, sprinkle. So this is why it's very important for you to sit and really just think instead of, oh, I think I want this, and then just try to manifest it. No, you really need to sit down and think, is this what I really want? Well, imagine how it's going to happen. What is going to make that person pick up that phone to call you? What thought will make that person call you? A fond memory, perhaps? Then that's what you need to send. Okay. Mhm. Don't just do stuff without thinking. Thinking is the most important thing because that's what you're sending out. That's what you're creating. So sit there and make sure, you know, I was saying, like, in the creation part of the Bible, if God didn't think about in the Bible, if God didn't think about how he was going to create the heavens and the stars and stuff, um, don't you think we would have a very chaotic, you know, messed up universe with nothing in the right order? There wouldn't be orbits. There wouldn't be phases. There wouldn't, it would just all be random stuff that's spinning in all different directions and creating, it would just not exist anymore because it wouldn't work. So, careful planning and thinking how all of this is going to work together in harmony is how you need to manifest. Just like when I was using the analogy of decorating a room, it's the same thing. So, just be patient and think. I know society rushes you to be a robot and not think for yourself and not create, but that's why you need to realize that this is not something being pushed by society. This is you. So you don't have to do it according to society. You do this according to you. Okay? Um, Thank you so much for your teachings. I appreciate them a lot. How can I make someone feel guilty? Just okay, well, send them a thought, send them an image of you suffering. But if they don't care, they might just laugh at it. Sprinkle, sprinkle, you gotta know the person. Like if I did something that caused someone to suffer and I meant to do it or I don't care, I'm gonna laugh. If you send me an image of suffering, I'm like, so if you didn't find his weakness or what triggers him, it's gonna be hard to send something that's gonna trigger. So, like I said, some people you can't really get because they don't care enough. Um, so you gotta find if you talk to him long enough, you know his trigger, you know what to send. Ah, do you think we can reincarnate and why? Yeah, I sure do. Especially if you're able to choose when and where you're gonna come back, how you're gonna come back. I do. I believe in reincarnation. If it's a choice for many, it's a choice. So I believe. Okay. Thank you for your response. You're welcome. So and also think about the greater good. When you manifest something, how is this going to affect the people around me? Are they going to be happy if I get this thing and it makes everybody around me unhappy? Am I going to be happy with this thing? You see. So that's why it's important to have the imagination or the daydream of other people and how they're going to react when you receive what you like or what you manifested. So who's close to you? Who's going to actually be there for real when this thing happens? Not people that you don't know and that's not going to be around, but people that will actually be there. Like if you're married, a spouse, or if it's you have kids, your kids are definitely going to be there when you receive whatever you want. How are they going to react to it? Are they going to be happy with it? If they're not happy, are you going to be happy? So just think about it like that. You got to include the people that are going to be around you daily. Okay. If you don't want to be around those people, then imagine yourself not around those people, and that should be your first manifestation to get away. Then manifest that in which you will be able to be happy with not being surrounded by those people. Okay. What are some good? I don't know. All of them are good. I have a bunch of them on my website, Online Dark Realm Occult Shop. Anyone that you are attracted to, you know, don't take my opinion because I might like something you hate. So use your own mind to see what's good and what's not good because we all have different opinions. Um, right. Be in preparation. Yeah. That's just like if you know you have company coming over, you start preparing. You clean up, You do this, you do that. That's how you're supposed to do prepare. Okay. So anybody can do this. They just have to get out of their own way and actually put some thought and preparation into it. Okay. Now, let's talk to the people that we all know are going to try to use this for something stupid. If you 500 pounds and manifesting to lose weight, but don't get off the couch or out of the bed, the only way you're going to lose that much weight is to get some type of amputation, okay, or get a disease. So you better get up. I'm just saying. So action must be taken if you are manifest something that in which requires action. Hmm. Will aligning your chakras help raise your frequency? Um, if your frequency is naturally low, aligning your chakras, which would do you even know what that means? Like, do you know how to align your own chakras? Do you know what that means? Are they aligned according to what you desire, or aligned according to what someone else's desire is for you? Think about it, because I did a whole video on this like years ago. Years ago. Mhm. If you're trying to, okay, you're trying to manifest a gambling win. Gambling is chance. You cannot manifest a gambling win. You can manifest money, and if you do many things for that money to come through, including gambling, that may be a way that you get it. But if you only focus on the gambling aspect of it, the odds are stacked against you. See? So you just have to know that it's coming. And if that's the only way or one of the ways that you get money in your life, then it could possibly manifest through your gambling. You see? So that can't be the only way it manifests. You have to have several options. The easiest, fastest, quickest option um, that you could create, it might be gambling. So you would have to say, "Oh, I'm manifesting how it would feel to win a bunch of money. I don't care how much it is after I gamble." Now, it could be through a lotto ticket. It could be through a gambling. It could be through a game of whatever you're playing, or it could be through gambling with a woman, gambling with a man. Taking your chances on this person. It could come in any way, but if you use your imagination to see exactly how you want it to come, it could be a possibility. Okay, so just keep trying. Gambling is tricky, but because if it was the easiest thing to manifest, everybody would win the lotto. Only some people can do that. Mhm. Because they see it so much and they imagine it so much. They play every week. It's the only way they're ever going to manifest this type of money. So they are able to believe it, especially if they see someone else do it and they just really talk about it. And that's all they talk about, focus on all day, every day. It could happen. Thank you, Daniela. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Did you manifest your successful YouTube channels? How did you first do channel before you could live? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I made videos, edited videos, and put them up the old fashioned way, like everybody else. Um, I I just wanted to help people and share my information. Okay. I did not say, "Oh, I want to be a successful YouTuber." I said, "I want to make videos. I wanted to create a channel. I wanted to create content. I wanted to share my creation or my thoughts with other people." And that's how it started. I never was, the goal wasn't a successful channel. The goal was just creation, the goal was just enjoyment. because when any YouTuber starts out, if their only goal is success and not the content that they're creating, then they miss the whole point of YouTube. They miss the entire point. And if your goal is only success, how do you get to the success? Just like if your only goal is a completed, decorated room, but how do you get there? You got to show up every day. You got to put the content together. You got to think of things to talk about. You have to do some research. You got to learn new things. You have to put in the energy and the effort. So I feel like I really didn't manifest this. I simply just did this on a daily basis because this is what I enjoy doing. So sometimes you don't even have to manifest. If you enjoy doing something, you're going to get it regardless. You're going to eventually going to pay off. But that was never my intention. My intention was actually to help people and to share information. It wasn't to have success, because I could care less if I had success. I was going to, because my version of success, I already was. I was already successful in my mind. But maybe that's what it was. I was already successful in my mind. So anything I do would be successful. So just be successful in your mind already, no matter where you're starting from, and you'll be successful at whatever you try to do. Okay. Can I give stories of manifestation? Everything I put in my manifestation journal, I have checked off. There's a good example. Like from a couple years ago, I got most of that, like 99% of it, because and when I put that in there, you know, I was doing it with my kids, and kids are very positive, and they were also making their journals, cutting out stuff from magazines, writing things down that I want to manifest. And I just knew, like, you just have to know. There's no knowing does not mean you see the future. Knowing is a feeling. It is not a hope. It is not faith. It is just a feeling. It's a frequency. Okay. You put the frequency of knowing out attached to a manifestation, it's coming back. You're gonna get it. That's it. Okay. So a lot of you came to the spiritual um, path because of a movie, because of, something you saw, and that's great. That's a great way to lure you in. But if you want the real knowledge, you're gonna have to do the real work. If you want the real results, you're gonna really have to do the work. Okay. I've been doing this actively. I've been on YouTube and really researching and practicing my spirituality for, like, intensely with you guys for 10 years. Okay. I didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, I want to manifest this, and then it happened the next week. No, this takes time to get the knowledge, to get the understanding, to get the thoughts, to be able to manifest these things with zero doubt, and to understand the science behind it, which will help with the zero doubt in order to know what you can do or what is possible. It's not something that you're going to learn from a Harry Potter movie. It's not something that you're going to learn overnight. It's something that you're going to grow and become better at each day, and the more you learn. So it's a constant journey, and it's a constant seeking of knowledge that will create, you know, um, your ability to become better and better at what you're trying to do spiritually and physically and mentally. Mhm. Oh, do you think some things are just not meant to be, or we can manifest anything we like? Like I said, if you're trying to manifest something where if there's another person involved and they don't like you, then it's not going to work, you see. But if it's material things and there are avenues in which you can receive those things in your life in some form or fashion, it is highly more possible. Okay. So, for example, I want to manifest a Ferrari. How in the world am I going to get a Ferrari? What avenues in my life will allow a Ferrari to be given to me or for me to buy one? How, what are the options? Okay, A, I could meet somebody with a lot of money that really likes me and they can buy it for me. Yep. B, I could win the lottery, but do I play the lottery? Nope. So take that one away. Does someone die that I have a life insurance policy on? Perhaps. But will I spend that money on a Ferrari? Probably not. Take it away. Am I going to slip and fall and sue and be successful? Maybe. I might leave that one up. You see? So, how many avenues or possibilities do you have to receive your Ferrari? If you're only working with two, most likely the odds are stacked against you. Now, you see what I'm saying? But if you have um, a successful career, if you're surrounded by people that also have the same car. Oh, I got a Ferrari. Um, you know, you also have a rich spouse or someone interested in you that has money, or if your uncle is rich and he's going to leave you some money when he died. If you have several ways for you to receive this, then you will be able to receive that faster and probably most likely. But if the odds are stacked against you, you can't imagine how a Ferrari will even come to you realistically, then that's when you need to figure out if you need to manifest something a little bit different. Okay. Thank you, Asia Henry Sprinkle Sprinkle. Tips on speeding up manifestation. Um, like I said, it's not going to happen the way you want it to if you try to rush it. And if you don't have the correct avenues for it to come, how is it supposed to get to you? You know, if you're trying to manifest change or a person or amount of money, imagine how it's going to come to you. And if you can't see it, if you can't see a way for it to come to you realistically, then it's not going to be as fast as you think until you create those avenues. Or if there are avenues that in which it can come to you, you can see it coming to you and you can see your surprise and see yourself saying, wow, that was quick. Or, oh my goodness, wow, almost instant manifestation, if there are avenues. But like I said, realistically. Okay. Hmm. Someone said you could go viral doing something stupid that you can't take back. I get what yeah, you know, people go viral for stupid stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. My kids have TikTok, but this girl went viral for leaving a disgusting, nasty message to her manager who didn't put her on a schedule. Now she's TikTok famous, and I don't know. That my kids be telling me about this stuff, but you could say chicken. What else is famous on TikTok? You could say chicken leg piece and get famous. Um, there's this dude and he said chicken leg piece in an Indian accent and blew up. You see, silly stuff like that. Just never know. So if you're on social media, you could blow up. One of my videos could go viral. Somebody could like what they see. I don't know. One day, who knows? I never imagined, you know, a lot of the things that happened to me, but I imagined what it took to get to that level to imagine even further, you know? So sometimes you just have to imagine a basic level and then imagine from that level because you can't imagine something that you haven't first experienced the lower level of. So you can't imagine how college will be if you haven't started kindergarten. You know, you can't imagine how the exams of high school will be if you still in preschool. So you can't understand it on a level to even manifest it. That's why you have to go in stages. hmm Um, when you do things from the heart, you generally win, right? When you do things from the heart, generally, there are levels to it, right? hmm Cindy Lou, that's right. There are YouTubers that make millions of dollars, and you are more educated than them. That is so true. But that was their passion. That's what they wanted to do. That's what they do regardless because they love it. So that energy and that vibration goes in that channel and it attracts other people because they love what they do. They would do it for free. So it's not even work, you know? And eventually, especially if they have good content, they're going to attract a lot of subscribers. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this. I could do this. I just started a YouTube channel to share A, B, C, and D, you know. But if you are passionate, your passion is going to be where you thrive no matter what. Your passion always sends out stronger waves because your heart chakra, your passion comes from your heart. Your passion will fuel your thoughts. Your thoughts will be pushed on a higher frequency. Okay. So your passion will create your success because it's on a higher frequency than just something you got educated on because your parents told you you better go get a college education and do your work and A, B, C, and D. That manifestation is not very powerful. It's not as powerful as someone who is passionate about what they do, you know? So that's why you see a lot of people that are very talented, um, you know, and have a passion for something really, excel. Um, but if you don't have a passion for something, you could just do mediocre at it or, you know, and your version of success may not be another person's version of success. Like some people may not want a million subscribers plus. Some people just might want enough to have, an intimate live. Because if I like for me, if I were to have a million subscribers, I couldn't read any of your questions at all. And I couldn't help anybody or do any of this stuff. So my version of success is just having everything that I desire and want because I don't desire everything. I don't need and want every luxury, just some, the ones that I like. You know, I really don't have a lot of people surrounding me, so I don't really have anybody to show off to or compete with. So most people buy things and, expensive things to show off. Um, I don't have anyone to do that to, so I really don't have to. Nobody, I don't see anybody but my kids and my husband, my family. So I feel silly when I even buy clothes because, a lot of people don't even see me, but you guys. Like, oh, you're going to wear that to go out to eat, pick up your kids, go to run errands, and come back home. Okay. So I really don't have to spend a lot because I'm not surrounded by competition or people that I want to impress. I want to impress myself. So I spend a lot of money on self care. I spend a lot of money on, how I look on the camera for you guys. And I spend a lot of money on my kids and their whatever, so they can be happy. But I don't spend money to impress people I don't know that I don't care because I'm not trying to get to know them anyway. I'm like, I impress myself and the people that I care about, but that's it. Um, yeah. Mhm. If I were younger, I would probably try to do that, but I'm older now, so it's not something that's a priority to impress other people. Mhm. Right. I mean, I have all those things. I have Chanel bag, I have Louis Vuitton, all that stuff. Da da da. It's a purse. Everybody got that purse. When I go to the grocery store, most women have a Louis Vuitton purse. It's not a big deal. Like it's fine. I have it. It's just a purse after a while. So knowledge to me is more valuable because if you have knowledge, you can get money. That's no problem. I like if you have knowledge, you can get money. That's it. But if you don't have knowledge, you can't get that money, you know? Right. If once you have it for a while, it's not a big deal anymore. So, but it is necessary. You must have money, but it's not to the point where you have to show off and stand in front of your car and take pictures or everywhere you go to take pictures of, the stuff you bought and how fancy you are and how you're living. I'm I'm not that type of person because I don't think people care. Because I know I don't care when other people post stuff like that. So I think people care more about this type of information and this type of, you know, wealth, which is knowledge. Because if I lost everything, I could get it right back with the knowledge that I have. But if someone acquires something and they don't acquire knowledge, and maybe they were just lucky or someone gave it to them, they could never get it back ever because they don't know how. But I do. So that's the type of knowledge you need, one that will be forever. They call it a fountain or a spring in the spiritual aspect. Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. They care about likes. Mhm. But maybe that's just something that they have to do to learn and get to the next level, like everybody. But I'm past that because I'm older. I lived my young life already. I'm I'm in my mature era, I guess. Your biggest manifestation is on the way. You see it, you feel it, and it's crazy. It's hard to explain in this manifestation. You have to go through it. You have to experience it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So just, imagination is the key. Even Einstein, a scientist, said that it's very important. Imagination is very important. So if a scientist, a physicist says it, then you know it's true. Okay. That's one of his more famous quotes as well. So and he was also a Pisces. Um, and another thing, like, don't be so hard on yourself, and don't regret anything. Learn the lesson and don't repeat it if you didn't like the outcome of it. You know what I'm saying? Regretting something is living in the past, vibrating on a negative frequency, and also bringing that past back into the future in order to experience it again until you shut up and stop thinking about it. Okay. So if you did, oh, I can't forgive myself. I want to change something. I have regret. Shut your mouth What lesson did you learn? Great. Do not repeat. You can't scrap like what's the old saying? You don't cry over spilt milk. Just don't drop it again. Get a plastic cup or something. Don't drink milk. Drink over the sink. Get it in a bottle. I don't know. Get a straw. But you know what to do now so that you are less likely to spill milk. Don't think about the mess. Think about the prevention from it happening again and move on. Um, Hi, I sent you a message. It's not a mistake if you've learned. That's true. So many people don't realize that you are okay. Just learn. That's what the whole situation was for, to teach you. Um, Everything is spilled milk, right? So even if you failed at something, at least you learned why you failed and what not to do again. Thank you. So, and don't take society's advice when they tell you to do certain things that aren't beneficial for your rise or your manifestation. Apply it to something else that it is beneficial to. Like one set of it, one word of advice does not apply to everything. Okay, it applies to certain things. Know how to apply advice to where it belongs. For example, when people say, "Oh, you have to be humble and you have to not be arrogant," and A, B, C, and D. Do you want a humble lawyer to get like if you're on trial, someone's trying to sue you or something? Do you want a humble lawyer? Do you want a lawyer that's going to, do his humblest in the courtroom? No, it's not the correct place to apply that. Okay. Exactly. Depends on the case. Not every case. You can't put it over everything. You can't be humble with everything. You have to be humble on certain things where it is beneficial. Many people like to generalize, which is why they have a general life. Okay. Remember what I said about the decorating? You have to individualize each piece that you bring into that room, which means you don't generalize advice either. You put it where it is beneficial. That's it. Oh, well, you're supposed to be this, this, and that. No, I'm not. Not all the time, every day. I'm supposed to be this when I need to be that, when it's beneficial. And I'm supposed to be this when I need to be like that, when that's also beneficial. I'm not supposed to be the same thing across the board every day, all day, whether it's beneficial or not. That would be stupid. So, when someone gives you advice, if it doesn't apply to you and if it's not beneficial to your situation, discard it. You know better than anybody else what's beneficial to you and what's not. So, sometimes people just talk to talk. They don't really know what they're saying. They just talk to talk. And you know that just they're just talking to talk or to say something negative or to put you down. Their advice is not beneficial. So leave it where it came from, right there. Thank you, Pink Yellow Sprinkle Sprinkle. I offer consultations more for how you think. Um, I don't really do any spell work or readings anymore. So, but yeah, I do. You can contact me on my Etsy store if you're ready to book a session. And yes, they cost money. So, when you get ready to message me on my Dark Realm Etsy store, make sure you're ready to also book the session. Otherwise, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to delete it, and you're going to have to, just write me when you get it. Right? But yes, I do. Would I drop out of college in the last semester if it wasn't my passion? If I wasn't making no money? If I had a better option, I sure would. you know, when life sends you an opportunity and it's better than the one you're at, Take it. Bill Gates did. Okay. Mhm. Someone says no. Well, then don't do it if you don't want to do it. I'm just saying everybody has their own personal decisions and choices to make. Can you manifest medical school? If you have the money, the brains, and the ability to pass the test to get into medical school, you sure can. Hmm. Um, they're not gonna put a dummy in medical school. They can put a dummy in the White House, but you can't do that when it comes to medical school and practicing medicine. Okay, so um, mhm. How much have I missed? I don't know. I've been on here for a little while, about an hour and 40 minutes. So let me see what time it is. I want to go on my other channel. Um, but you know what they call the person to graduate last from medical school? Nope, I don't know. A doctor, yeah. I could put doctor in front of my name too. Or I can't put MD, but I can put doctor. Just like Dr. Pepper. You know, you can do that if you like, if that's your passion. If your passion is medicine, then by all means, go for your passion. Yes. I believe anyone who has a passion for something should go for it full force if that is your passion. If it's not your passion, but it's a avenue to be able to do your passion, then go for it still. Sometimes you have to do something you don't like in order to be able to start your passion so that, like, for example, if you work but you want to start your own business, okay, you got to work, you got to save, you got to start your business on the side, which is your passion. And when your business starts to surpass the pay of your job, you can quit, but you need the job to fund your passion until your passion can fund you. So whatever that is for you, that's what you should do. But if it were me and I was in school and I wanted to drop out, that means it's not my passion. So I would be gone. I wouldn't, unless it was a way to get what I truly wanted. I would have to stay focused and you know finish so that I could accomplish my goals. But if it wasn't going to lead to my passion, or there was an easier way to my passion, I'm taking the easier way. Hmm. So thank you, red, black, green, and vegan. Would love to connect with you. Books, Egypt, travel, etc. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I have a few um, videos where I did put a book list out. I think it was like maybe 4 videos ago. I did a book haul. But thank you for the donation. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, why did you? I don't even know who that is. SZA dropped out her last semester of college. Yeah. When you know, you know. Sometimes when you know, maybe she was manifesting whatever she was manifesting and it came on her last year of college. And she said, I got to take that opportunity because that's what I've been waiting for. Um, hmm But you know what they call the person who graduate? Did you just ask that question like 50 times? See, there's a difference between different people. And like I said, everybody has their own version of success. My version of success is doing something that makes me happy, something I'm passionate about, and something that is going to give me enough money to do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so that's my version of success. I don't seek approval. I don't seek titles. I don't seek any of that. I don't need a title. I seek happiness and I seek having enough, and I seek the freedom that comes with that because that's what I seek. Yes. Mhm. But I know some people seek titles. Some people seek um, some people seek approval. Some people seek, respect. Some people seek those things. That's not something that I seek after. Okay. But that doesn't mean anything is wrong with it. That doesn't mean anything is wrong with seeking those things. It's just that's not what I seek. Okay. Do you got any spells where you could sprinkle, sprinkle on me? Sprinkle, sprinkle. There it is right there. Sprinkle of abundance. Yes. So yeah. It depends on what your version of success is. That's what you need to go with. Okay. So, oh, here's a perfect story. Um, I'm reading this from the book called The Power. So y'all know, and I did put it in the description bar because I thought I was gonna look something up. Okay, so this is where I got the information. And this is from a Nobel Peace Prize winner, quantum physicist. Okay, Werner Heisenberg or something like that. He wrote his name in cursive. I can't read it good. Atoms or elementary particles themselves are not real. They form a world of potentialities or possibilities rather than one things or facts. So you're creating the realities, the different realities in which they exist, right? Okay, so that was his quote. Now here's some information from the author. Use your imagination to create games so that you feel really good. No, this is not my advice. I'm reading. Use your imagination to create games so that you feel really good. Whatever you can imagine is waiting for you, fully created in the invisible. And the way to make it visible is to harness the force of love by imagining and feeling what you love. Okay, so that's kind of similar, but a little bit more corny. After graduating from college, a young woman struggled for months and months trying to get a job. Her biggest obstacle was imagining having a job when she didn't have one. She wrote in her journal every night, and she was grateful for the job that was coming to her, but still no job. Then she had a sudden realization. Her desperate actions of applying for one job after another were saying loud and clear to the law of attraction that she didn't have a job. So here is what the young woman did that changed everything. She decided to use her imagination and live as though she were already employed. She set her alarm very early as if she were going to work. Instead of writing in her journal that she was grateful for the job that was coming, she wrote how grateful she was for her success in her job and for the people that she worked with. She planned the clothes that she would wear to work each day. She set up a savings account for her paychecks. Within 2 weeks, she felt as though she really had a job. Then, out of the blue, a friend told her about a position that had come available. And she went into the interview, got the job, and received everything she had written about in her journal. So she had to really imagine herself having a job. She really had to get up early in the morning and all of that. But that's what it takes for some people to have an imagination. They have to actually believe it and know it. If you can do that in your mind, you're good. Yes. That book changed your life? Yes. This is a really good book. That's why I bought it. It has lots of good examples, methods, quotes from scientists, philosophers. So it's very detailed. Oh, sorry, Siri think I'm talking to the phone. But yeah, this is a good book too. And there's a lot of scientists in here. So when you line up spirituality with science, your success is higher. Okay. Um, And I always tell people, like, my book would be a little bit different. I wouldn't say, "Oh, I got a job." It's like, imagine, um, like I said, imagine you working for yourself, or imagine yourself not even needing a job. Skip the middleman. Okay, go beyond that. But you see, I said I'm gonna make money in my sleep. You know, I'm a Pisces though. That's what the type of thing that we manifest. I'm gonna make money while I sleep. I'm gonna make money for doing everything that I already do. I'm gonna make money for doing videos, reading books, putting on makeup, wearing wigs. I'm gonna get paid for being silly. I'm gonna get paid to sleep. I'm gonna get paid in my sleep. When I wake up, I'm gonna have this much money already. And it happens. So I'm lazy. So my manifestations are I'm not really lazy in that aspect. I'm lazy to work for other people. I'm lazy to be on a schedule to that I didn't make. You know what I'm saying? So I like my freedom. So I manifested ways to be free and still get paid. You see? Um, not I didn't manifest to work for another person. Um, and that's exactly why I feel that, unless your passion is what you went to school for, I feel like the school system sets you up to not live to your highest potential. You know, it's called The Power, and it's also written down there in the description bar. It's this book, the author of The Secret. So I skip the middleman and I go straight to the, owner of myself, because I don't have a passion to work for anybody else. Okay. But but I have worked for people in the past, and that's how I learned that I did not want to work for people. So it was a lesson. I'm like, I'm gonna go get a job. Oh yeah, this is fun. Okay. I now realize that I don't want to work for anybody. I now realize I don't want a boss. I suddenly realize I don't like working for other people. Wow, thank you for this lesson. You know? So I don't want waking up out of my bed, having to be somewhere at a specific time and being told what to do, when to do it. I don't like that. So that's something I had to learn. But I also had to learn how to organize, how to think. I learned a lot during those jobs that I can actually apply to, you know, having my own business. But at the same time, I also learned that I didn't want to work for anybody. So good lessons and also a good way to manifest because doing something that you like and enjoy is very important. All right. That's the Pisces in us. Yeah. Mhm. Just choose that money comes to you while you sleep, while you do like that's yep, exactly. This is how the money comes to me in my sleep. When I'm asleep, y'all watching my videos and okay, duh. Also, y'all are ordering, people are ordering stuff from all my different online e-commerce businesses. So I am making money in my sleep by doing what I love. See, it works. Um, I felt the exact same as Shira. I love my freedom and my lazy and kind of introverted. I love stress-free life. I want to manifest financial freedom and only work if I want to. Nope, take that last part out, Cindy Lou. Take that out. Only work if I want to. No, make money by doing everything I already do and love. That's what you need to put in because then it won't seem like work at all. And when something doesn't seem like work, you earn more money doing it. Like, think about this. You know how people have hobbies and they go home and they do their hobby? Like, old ladies like to knit or whatever. Imagine if every hour that an old lady knitted, she got paid. Okay, gamers, for example, who play video games all day, every day. Imagine those gamers on YouTube who get paid to make gaming videos. Do you really think that they're working or doing something they would already be doing between the job that they had to go to because they weren't being paid to do what they loved? So think about it like that. They would be interrupted in playing them video games to go and work for someone so that they can pay their rent, light bills, and utilities to come home to be able to play those games. But if they just took the middleman out and figured out how to get paid for that in which they love or enjoy, then that's how you do it. Okay, take out the middleman. The middleman don't need to be there. So he needs to be there for a while until you figure out how to get paid for what you have a passion for. You could be building, the gamer dude could be building his channel while he's working for the boss he don't like, until one day he has enough subscribers or money to pay everything with no issue and have some left over for savings and have some left over for vacation. Then he could say, I quit, bye, you know. But while doing his passion on his off time, he found a way to get paid, you see. So you have to think on those terms in order to free yourself. Um, if you the school system does not teach you to think like this. It teaches you how to obey, how to do stuff in the correct order, when to show up, when to go home, asking permission to do stuff, being obedient. It teaches you the stupidest stuff in the world. Okay? It doesn't teach you how to start to think for yourself and get out of that cycle. It doesn't teach you how to earn money on something that has nothing to do with education. It doesn't teach you how to make money on something you absolutely love to do, something that makes your eyes light up, something that you would do for free. It doesn't teach you how to do that. So it teaches you the basics and skills and obedience to work for someone else. So you have to learn that on your own because they're not going to teach it to you. And if you teach it to your children, you teach that to your children, they'll skip the middleman right off the bat unless they choose to get experience in working for companies to see, how it's run for the education experience of it. And then they already know at the same time they are building their passion on the side so they can just make the gradual, transition with no problem. Okay. How many videos she has and titles that may be spoken differently? I don't know. A lot of videos. Um, am I famous? No, I'm not famous. I don't want to be famous. But mhm. What's up with that? Oh, I don't know. Your bird box is happening. We'll take y'all supplements. Right. It's okay, y'all. This is another way that I get paid. Mhm. Thank you. It's not hard. It's not bird box. It is. Yeah, some of these people are bird boxing in their own mind. I'm famous. Oh, I don't think I'm famous, but thank you. Can you decode Beyonce's right butt cheek and Drake's secret message that his left elbow? Yeah, it's called take your medication. Okay. That's a decode. That's how you decode that. Take your medication. Yay. Should If y'all have to ask me how to run your life, I will be creating your life. Okay? You have free will, baby. Do what you think is best and most beneficial for you. Because I will tell you to drop out and get a sugar daddy, be free and start your own business and be making money tomorrow if if you want me to run your life. Okay. Don't ask me if you should do ABC because I'm gonna tell you what I would do. That might not be for you. You might need to get the mentor, you know? So just don't ask just anybody what you should do with your life. You're supposed to ask yourself that. Okay. hmm Why do I make the videos then? Because I like to make the videos. I had a YouTube channel for like 3 years that I didn't even realize I could be monetized on from 2009. And I enjoyed doing it. I was in there every day, all day, editing video. I even edited videos. Huh. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, I'm glad that I did that for free because it truly shows that it was my passion and that I could do it. And I got all this experience. And so when I did start a monetized channel, it was just no issue at all. No problems. So mhm, no problems. Marcus G, my brother, was the same way, building computer decode coding, etc. for fun with kids. See, yeah, you do something for fun, you love it. You don't even have to stop doing it because you like it so much. It's not even considered work because you'd be doing it if you weren't being paid. So very good. Um, I was just uploading because I was trying to help people and teach people things. Yes. I was free already. I was financially free already. And so I could do what I wanted to do. I was financially free because I was married and I didn't work. So I had a lot of freedom to read, to research, to create videos, to edit, and I did that for free. I guess I could consider that my internship to get experience or whatnot. But yeah, I actually did that for free. And I loved it. I didn't even know I could get paid. That's the funny part about it. So somebody told me, I'm like, huh? What? Okay. But anyway, mhm, that's the whole point of my channel, right? See, back when I started YouTube, it wasn't about the money. People didn't start YouTube for money. When I started YouTube, now they do. So I started for the correct reason, which is why I feel like I'm still here and I enjoy it. Because I started it for the correct reason, not for money. Okay. Mhm. Um, Marie Antoinette, you don't manifest a wealthy husband because you're gonna manifest somebody else's wealthy husband. You have to first you need some standards. What do you want the man to be like? And don't be too particular. Have a general set of standards and then you can narrow it down once they start coming up to you. And if you manifest a husband, he's gonna be married to another woman already. Okay. So manifest a potential husband. Manifest a boyfriend first. Manifest a date first. Okay, that's how I start. You got to go in the right order. There you go. Um, Right. Take what? Taylor, you want the same life I do, best life. Okay, let's get it. Girl, get that life. If they want oh, y'all talking to each other. You see, imagination is the key, but you have to feel it, see it, believe it, taste it. Yeah, you got to experience it. Exactly. If you experience something, it's kind of like having a certain type of relationship. You've experienced something, even if it's in your mind. This is what they do with media or Disney fairy tales. Let's just talk about that. When you watch all these Hallmark movies or Disney fairy tales, that image is being put into your child's head of what a relationship looks like, or whatever. So they grow up imagining this type of thing. That's how they think it is. They don't know if it's true or not, but they know. So they grow up expecting it, right? So if you were to take that same method, but you understood reality as an adult, it's even more powerful because that's what you will grow to expect, know, and receive. Okay. When somebody tells you something and you're like, I just know it was going to happen. That's how you have to feel, right? When you manifest. hmm You have a wild imagination and very creative, trying to learn how to use any of this. Um, Good. hmm Yes. You gonna order that book on Amazon? Good. It's a good book. It's pretty thick too. So you got a lot of information in here. Um, oh, there's a section on imagine, feel, and receive. So if you want a book reference to go with this video, this is the one that I'm referencing. The Power by Rhonda Byron. I hope I spelled it right in the thing, but y'all know the lady that wrote The Secret. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna go. The Power is a great book. Thank you. It is a good book. Okay. I just want to go back to the darkness. Go back. You can do that. You can do this method in the darkness. You need darkness to imagine. Don't they make the movie theater dark so you can see the screen? Don't you go to sleep in the darkness and close your eyes to darkness and your dreams appear? Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, natural market. Do you believe everything you see and interact with is a reflection of yourself? Thank you for your answer. Um, Everything I see and interact with. Yes, of course I do. I think everything I see and interact with is to make me better, to make me reach my highest potential. Mhm. If that's my goal in life, to reach my highest potential, everything I interact with is for that very reason. Okay? I don't see it as a reflection of me. I see it as the higher version of me trying to get me to the next level. Okay? Just like a test. Like when you go to school every day, all the things that you're being taught, for example, is not a reflection of you, but something to take you to the next grade level. Okay. Um, it's a lesson. And when you learn the lesson, you move forward. Now, when you learn the lesson and apply the knowledge, that's called wisdom. And when you apply the wisdom and the knowledge, then, and with your passions, then that's success. So, if you're looking for a reflection of yourself, what is a reflection? It's a false image. Yeah. A reflection is a false image of yourself. You're looking for a false image of yourself. You're going to look outside of self. If you're looking for a higher self, you're going to pass everything that's put in your path and learn from it and step on it to the next level. You're going to level up, basically. to get to your higher self. You're going to climb stairs. You're going to climb levels. You're not going to be looking for a false image of yourself on the outside. Okay. Now, if you are looking for a false image of yourself, to realize that fake and that all is you, then that's your lesson. You see? To realize that it's a false image. That's the lesson. And once you realize that, you're back on your path to seek higher versions of yourself. That means you're better than you were yesterday. You're going to be better tomorrow than you are today. Okay? That's how you do that. Um, if there's somebody in your life that you don't like, learn the lesson you got to learn from them and step up and out. Okay? There you go. hmm And another thing, stop looking for punishment unless you like punishment. Stop looking for reasons someone is a certain way and start looking for people that's a different way. Okay. Stop accepting excuses from people and start expecting solutions from people. This is how you change your entire life. Okay. When you can do that, you will see your higher self instead of the reflection. They will see your higher self and they will respond to it. And now you control it. So just do it like that and you'll be good. hmm You said results first, faith second. I see the results first. Yeah, start backwards. Start from seeing yourself as successful and, rewind and see how you got there in your imagination. If that's how you got to do it. Mhm. Right. Okay. Do I teach decoding classes? Not really, but I do have a Patreon that I kind of decode a lot of things and kind of show how it was decoded. But basically, you just need to start off with a lot of research. But you need a symbolism book. You need to study symbolism, or you can Google, symbolic meaning of things. You need to know how to um, research what people's names mean. It's just everything you need to look deeper into. You know, what a name means, what a location means, what this symbol means. Is this a biblical reference? Is this a philosophical reference? Is this a quantum physics reference? So, you have to be a student, a life student, in order to successfully decode. But the basics, yes, you have to have some type of basic knowledge of, science, biblical terms, or biblical meanings of stuff, which you don't really need to memorize because Google is there. When you look up a symbol or something, you can get spiritual meaning of, the triangle. Okay. Biblical meaning of the triangle. Okay. Physical definition of the triangle. You read all the definitions and you see how they apply to the situation. Okay? And then you take the person's name, for example, and you look up the name meaning on Google. Name meaning of insert the person's first name. Look that up. Oh, that's what that means. Then get their middle name and their last name. If their names don't have a meaning, split it up into two syllables and type in that part of the name and put etymology. Get that information and then type in the second half of the name and put etymology after it and press send. you will get a whole different meaning that will fit that situation. Okay. So sometimes you have to break up words to get the true meaning, like um, disguise sometimes means the skies. Okay. Sometimes 40 means 4D, but you have to be able to use the context clues surrounding the thing that which you are decoding. Okay. But you got to be also very confident in your abilities, and you also have to think outside of the box, which means your mind cannot really be controlled by society or other people. You truly have to be mentally free in order to truly be good at decoding. Okay. You cannot think in a systematic way. Can't do it. You must be free mentally. So, but learning the techniques and the skills behind it will help you get to that point. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, don't tell people your plans. Yep. I wouldn't tell anybody my plans unless they paying for it and funding it. And I ain't gonna tell them all the plans either. And that might even be the plans for that particular project. You know, the less they know, the better. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Just go do it, and they'll know after it's done. People are so quick to rush to tell people stuff before they've even accomplished it. It's not something that you should be doing. It's just go do it and then be done. Then show them. Hmm. Okay. But I still don't get for what the decoding needs to be done. If you don't understand why you need to decode, then maybe you don't need to decode. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to decode. Some people will go through their entire life and never decode. If that's not your passion, if that's not the path that you're on, if you don't think decoding is necessary, then you shouldn't do it. You know. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If I don't think something is necessary that someone does on a daily basis, and it's is important to them, that doesn't mean that I should do it. If it's important to me, that's why I do it. But if it's not important to you, then you don't need to even worry about it. Right. Mhm. So you gotta stop running your mouth. Yep. Shut it up. Right. So, a lot of people enjoy decoding and getting information out of certain things, because of the advantage that it holds. But some people could care less. They're still going to do what they're going to do and be how they want to be and think what they want to think. But some people actually seek that type of knowledge, and that's what they enjoy. Hmm. You're teaching. You're teaching how to decode, not interpretation all the time. I don't think most people get it. Yeah. Well, that's why I said I've been decoding for 10 years. So someone that's just tuning in needs to start with learning symbolism first and symbols and researching what every symbol means when they see it, you know, numerology, etymology, history, biblical history, but you don't have to memorize it, like I said, because you can search for what it means when you need it at the given time. So, you know, if you're trying to figure out something, it's just like that movie, The Da Vinci Code. Y'all remember The Da Vinci Code when they hired Tom Hanks to come investigate some murder because there were some symbolic things left behind as a message or a code, and he had to figure it out to solve the crime? That was his passion. You see? If that's not your passion to figure things out, to see what's happening, to find truth and evidence and what this person is really secretly saying in this painting, then that's not your passion. So you don't really care for it. So if you care for things like that, if you want to know more, if your mind is on a path to seek knowledge, to know what is hidden, then decoding could be something that you'd be good at, or that you would seek to learn. Right. Sure. What does upside down okay hand sign mean? Michael Jackson did it in a song called Stranger in Moscow. Upside down okay sign. Nine, baby. Ninth dimensional beings are here. Gang, gang. Okay. That's what it means. Mhm. You're welcome. You got The Secrets of the Universe, 100 Symbols. I think I have that book too. It's a good one. But like I said, Google's your best friend. You don't like everybody wants a book. They'll never probably read the whole thing. Google has the same exact information. But sometimes the book is also good because there's a lot of photos and you can see it. You can see symbols in the photos and whatnot. And they give examples and explanations and when it was used and who used the symbols. So it is a good thing to have as a reference. But if you can't afford books and things like that, Google, you can find the same info. Okay. Did I decode Lil Nas X? I think I touched on it a little bit. The rodeo video. Yeah. I I did decode Old Town Road video on my Patreon, decoding with the sheer star. Uh-huh. Decode with the Shira is my Patreon. It's a paid Patreon. And I did break down that Old Town Road. Did you like it? Saturn Rising Tarot. Did you like my breakdown? Of course. Thank you. Well, I took a lot of time on that one. It's like, mhm. So, you think most things are not what they seem? I think intentional messages are put out in certain genres to be decoded, but I don't think everything can be decoded unless you are looking for things to open your mind. And a symbol appears to you like on a billboard that will lead you to the next thing that you research and learn that grows your consciousness. See, so unless you're seeking knowledge, unless you're attracting that to you, unless you're manifesting ways to expand your consciousness, then everything is not going to have a meaning to you. But if that's what you are manifesting to grow your conscious level and to grow your knowledge, then when things appear to you, it will stick out, you will recognize it, and then you will research, and that will broaden your knowledge and your consciousness. But if you don't go around manifesting knowledge and consciousness and just silly things that, you know, you're probably not going to find much to decode in real life. Okay. Just basically on, entertainment, media, movies, music. Okay. Do I consider myself a deity? Um, my name is Ashura Star Goddess, so I must feel like I'm a goddess of some sort. Um, Otherwise I wouldn't have put that as my name. I feel that we're all capable of being gods and goddesses or higher selves, I'll say, more conscious beings. And according to how a higher being with a higher consciousness is described, then you could say yes. But it's not as, I wouldn't say a deity worshipped, but I would say a level of consciousness and a level of consciousness. So just like a kindergartner would not worship a fifth grader, people should not worship deities. Okay. They're just on a higher level of understanding and awareness. They can learn from people. They could learn from the example and the wisdom and the teachings, but they should not worship. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I will see y'all on the next one. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully, this video will help you or somebody you know. Y'all can hit that like button on the way out. I truly appreciate if you did. And thank you, everybody who donated, um, everybody who asked great questions. Mhm. And once again, all the book titles, my books are down in the description bar, my websites and all that kind of stuff if y'all are curious. Thank you. I'll see y'all on the, yeah. Bye.